we decided it was time to reach back out to someone who we know was not only a former investigator on the ranch, but also had his own experiences with bizarre cattle incidents. Retired Army Colonel John Alexander.
Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Colonel Alexander was a key member of billionaire Robert Bigelow's team who studied phenomena on the ranch for 2 decades, starting back in 1996. So given everything we've been experiencing recently at the Triangle, we were grateful that he agreed to come back and share information that could help our investigation. We would like to see if you have some insight from your past here that might spur us into some other experiments that we might like to do. A lot of times when we do have these anomalies, we are detecting a strange signal that we can't identify at 1.6 something gigahertz.
Okay.
And so I guess the question we would have is, during the time that you guys were here, did you record or see things that looked like this signal at 1.6 gigahertz?
We've heard about opening portals. What can you tell us about those?
The closest to what you're asking is the incident out at near the second homestead, you know, something moving through the Russian olives out there, through the trees, where you were aware it was kind of a slight distortion. You didn't see a thing. It was more distortions moving.
After their investigation ended, the NIDS team put forth the idea that a portal connected to another dimension causes the phenomena that happened on the ranch. Now, I don't know if that could really explain what's happened during our experiments, but we've seen some crazy stuff at Homestead 2 as well.
So what I'm taking from this is that there is a long history of unusual phenomena without an identifiable source in this basin. And I'm learning that there were no answers produced as a result of the previous research here. That's kind of surprising.
Right.
Because that burden that we're bearing today is that our own conclusions don't make sense to us yet.
It's been a frustration, almost become a joke.
Yes, but I think you're operating under the illusion that you're in control. You're not in control. There's a it that's in control.
Yeah, right in here in all these damn weeds. We waited until nightfall to go back out near Homestead 2 to see if we could stimulate more phenomena to appear that might prove or disprove Colonel Alexander and Nid's theory that a portal might exist on Skinwalker Ranch. Now, the plan was to use what's become our tried and true method for stimulating phenomena, launching a rocket. We are ready to launch. We also set up a spectrum analyzer to look out for any strange RF energy. Okay, so this is up and running. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope, got the chute.
We got the chute.
It's coming down right over here. Coming down fast.
Good.
Chute hasn't opened. Nope. Boom.
Caleb, you got it?
Well, yeah, to land it right in a tree. I'm looking for any UAPs.
I don't see nothing. While Caleb's getting that, I'm gonna go over here and check the instruments and stuff. He may need some help, I don't know. Caleb, you need help?
I got it.
I can't figure out why the chute didn't open, though. Eric, are you doing something at 1.6?
I'm not broadcasting.
What are you seeing?
A signal? 1.60000. When the chute failed to open and the rocket crashed down near the homestead, I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but then right on cue, Eric's spectrum analyzer registered that freaky 1.6 gigahertz energy level that has coincided with almost every phenomena we've witnessed out here.
We've had a hell of a day.
That mysterious 1.6 gigahertz frequency sound suddenly stopped. Now, I'm not sure, but to me, it sounded like some sort of communication signal. It's crazy to think about, but we need to try and figure out what in the heck it could be and why we're receiving it. All right, well, let's load up.
All right.
Okay.
What's going on, Eric?
Well, I'm looking through some footage.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got something to show you.
The day after our night experiment at Homestead 2, Eric called us in to review something in his surveillance footage that got him both excited and a little freaked out.
You know, we've got all those new cameras out at the homesteads, so, you know, I get plenty of critter activity. You know what it looks like when you've got a, you know, moth or a, you know, some kind of insect or piece of debris flying across your field of view. But I've got something here that doesn't fit in.
Really?
Yeah, it happened just last night after our experiment.
What on earth is that?
The hell is that?
Okay, so let's play this through, and I really want your thoughts on what this might be.
No, it's behind the tree, so it's far enough away.
Right,
Play that again.
sure.
You can see the other particles around.
Well, it's leaving a trail. Go back, Eric.
Sure.
Go back about.
Sure. Yeah, point out the trail.
Is that camera lag?
It could be.
Stop right there.
Uh-huh.
You can even see the trail behind it. Now let it watch it go. It leaves a trail behind it as it goes. Or stop. You see it?
Sure.
See the path there? What's the frame rate of this camera?
These are set, I believe, to 24.
Well, that's not moving much faster
No.
than that, so it shouldn't be causing frame delay. So it's not a bug inside the field of view because it goes behind this tree, right?
Well, it's not. Look at the bugs, Travis. You can see the bugs zooming by.
Yeah.
This thing looks like a balloon floating around.
Yeah,
on the wind.
and then it goes behind the tree over here.
Yeah, but the movement is
Yeah, that was a bug.
very organic, I would say. It's irregular. It's not, you know, just smoothly moving through the
Well, the
scene.
interesting thing is you look at the grass and the trees. I don't see really any wind. You know.
Good point.
And so you see it drifts over to the right with no wind going that direction, and then it drifts and just slowly, like I said, it almost looks like a balloon just floating around.
That's not being affected by the same forces that are carrying the rest of it.
It's not a balloon because a balloon would have been more stochastically,
Right.
ergodically moving about, and that looks like it's moving with intent. Comes along, decides it doesn't want to be here, and then decides to go off this way.
This is unique. You know, and it's
I don't think I've seen anything. You've never shown me anything close to that.
Well, it goes in front of those trees and behind that tree. So that tells us it's at least 30 feet away. So it's about the size of a volleyball. Think of this way. In one night, one span there, we see a strange communication beam. And then we see this thing. Is there a connection? What's particularly bizarre about this phenomenon is it happened just after our rocket experiment at Homestead 2 when we heard that really strange 1.6 gigahertz signal. It all looks to be connected. I just don't know how or why yet.
In the beginning, it almost looks like it changes shape a little bit to me.
Is it more, though, that looking at the end would be a circle, but then as it turns, a cigar shape because you're getting the more of the 3D?
Just like this, right? If you're looking at this end on, you think it's a circle, right?
Sure.
You look at this, it's looking like a line or
Okay.
something, you know, cigar shape. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. The Tic Tac UAP video. The UAP that appeared in the Tic Tac video that was recorded by the USS Nimitz Group in 2004 appeared to be cigar-shaped when viewed from certain angles, but it was reported to look more spherical by the Navy pilots when it flew straight towards them.
Do any of those objects move around so organically, like as we see?
Yes, and they amorphously change shape depending on the direction they turn. So we've measured a signal many times when we've seen phenomena occur specifically around 1.6 gigahertz. We're seeing whatever this thing is, and interestingly enough, at the same instant, we see this signal at 1.6 gigahertz. It was pretty bizarre.
It's crazy is what it is.
I don't know what to say of this, but I would say you've captured a UAP on camera here, Eric, and we don't know what it is.
Well, this is just one more case of strange activity out at the homesteads. You know, Homestead 2 is a place where we see a lot of this stuff. So I'm not going to be satisfied until I've spent some time doing some image processing on this.
Sure.
And I'll come back to you guys and let you know if I find anything.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Good job, Eric.
Our fascination, our speculation about the ranch phenomenon and about how the ranch fits into the larger picture has only been elevated. we realize we're not dealing with a simple problem set, but one that is very complex.